Minecraft recently put out a new set of guidelines, and it seems to specifically be targeting content creators. It covers a lot more than that, but a lot of the stuff in the guidelines is talking about content and streaming and YouTube and stuff like that. I talked about this on Spattins literally yesterday, but overall, it's a pretty in-depth conversation, or at least topic I want to talk about. So I'm going to ramble about it here. Now, I haven't been an avid Minecraft player since I was like 13, 12 years old, something like that. When I was a young kid on a really garbage laptop, those were good memories. And the reason I got into Minecraft to begin with was because of YouTube. And I really don't think it's a stretch to say Minecraft would not be a popular game today if it wasn't for YouTube videos back then. Today, it's more of a debate if Minecraft would hold its own popularity over time. I will say though, Minecraft's popularity has seemingly really correlated with who makes videos on it and when. Like, there's literally eras of when Minecraft blows up again, and it seems like the overall player numbers do increase when that happens. It could be a jump in logic, so I'm not going to say it definitively, but like, I think YouTube and Twitch still has some bearing on the game's popularity. It probably wouldn't die on its own though at this point in time. But back in the day, I will say I really do think Minecraft would be nothing today if content creators never covered it like they did. Because Call of Duty was already a popular game when YouTube started covering it. Minecraft was not. Minecraft was extremely underground. But these new Minecraft guidelines are basically just Minecraft trying to protect their brand. It's unclear if it's Mojang or Microsoft actually calling the shots on putting these guidelines into place. I've heard a lot of people say it's Minecraft. I also heard a lot of people say it's Mojang. I really don't care. Either way, it's Minecraft being affected. And ultimately, Mojang chose to be sold to Microsoft. So it's kind of both their faults if it's Microsoft pulling the string. But Microsoft is really trying to protect their brand with a lot of these guidelines. They're also trying to crack down on like paid servers, which I'm not like super against. They already did this a while ago. Like, they made it so you couldn't donate real money to get in-game items, which I think is fine. I don't see a huge issue with that. I know there was some misinformation on Reddit of player queues being banned, but that was just paid player queues. It wasn't just normal player queues. It was just people paying to get ahead of player queues type thing. That's what they banned, which I also don't really see a huge issue with. But like, for example, servers with any content not suitable for 10-year-olds are now prohibited, which I think is kind of insane. Like, Minecraft is quite literally a game for all ages, and people have been playing it like that for a while. And I'd argue there's probably a lot of 10-year-olds playing Call of Duty. You could argue Call of Duty is suitable for 10-year-olds. That point is entirely subjective, I feel. Unless they're using the video game ranking system, then it has like a solid foundation. But yeah, that's like open-ended. They also stated in the new guidelines that it's your responsibility to check them, and they can just change them whenever they want, which I think is kind of cringe. Like, you could already change them whenever you want. They're your guidelines. No one's stopping you. So to make it clear like that is a little weird, because it seems like you're going to try to do some underhanded kind of thing, but who knows? It's probably just an overbroad statement. I'm not going to pay too much attention to that one because that was kind of already the case. But for YouTube and stream content, these new guidelines basically make it so you can't make Minecraft the primary title of a video, which I don't even know how enforceable this is. Like, if they really try to enforce this on a lot of different channels, I really do think it's going to end up in a lawsuit, because like, those Minecraft but blank videos are usually like really transformative content. Like, they modded the game, they then heavily edited the video. Like, you're not going to get that experience anywhere else in Minecraft, so you could argue that like it's very transformative. So I really don't know where that's gonna fall under fair use. That is like a pretty big one. And if Minecraft really does enforce these guidelines, which I'm unsure if they will, I think they're gonna eventually catch a lawsuit because someone's gonna feel really slighted that their video got taken down. Like, if you look at Dreams content, for example, all of his stuff on Minecraft does not follow these guidelines. Like, according to these guidelines, Dreams content catalog would be reduced to basically nothing. So I really don't know how this is gonna be enforced. It's also not super broad. And if they were gonna make a guideline system for broad content, I would expect it to be more broad. This is like really specific with what's okay and what isn't okay, which I think is like a good thing. I think if a company makes guidelines, they should give you examples, because there's so many things you could think of outside of the box that could apply or could not apply. And it's just better to have examples of what they're talking about right there. Of course, they're not gonna get every example, but it still gives you a better idea. But I think it's pretty weird if they made these guidelines to take down content when they feel the need to. Like, it just gives them an excuse, because they made the guidelines really specific. And I get that Minecraft is trying to protect their brand, okay? I understand that. But at the same time, they made this game that can be anything, and then they made a rule book for it. It doesn't make any sense. Like, why would you create an open world where you can do anything you want and make anything you want, and then put all of these restrictions on what you can do? The Minecraft modding community has genuinely been phenomenal. The amount of creativity I've seen for Minecraft mods is insane, and the fact they're trying to like hamper that super hard is kind of cringe. Not gonna lie. And some of this stuff is fine. I don't see a huge issue with it. Like, the server rules are basically no pay to win kind of stuff, which I think is okay. I think that it's a little bit strict because these servers ultimately pay money to run. They should be able to make money in some shape or form, but it seems like Minecraft is like really cracking down on that ability, which I think is okay for certain things listed. Like, pay to win stuff should not be allowed. I agree. But overall, this whole thing is just a little bit cringe, especially the video streams and screenshot section. That's where all the content guidelines are, which I think is like pretty out there. Like, you're asking a bunch of people to restrict their content because you don't like the way it hurts your brand or represents your brand, when arguably the only reason your brand is this big to begin with is because of these people who make content. It is genuinely kind of a spit in the face. And if I was a Minecraft YouTuber, I would probably be pretty pissed, because from my perspective, growing up on YouTube, Minecraft literally was made popular because of YouTube. And then they're trying to restrict stuff super hard for like no reason. I understand not wanting to associate with like all of this stuff listed here, though. That makes sense to me. That is the most fair things in these guidelines, but still, it's like a little extreme. Like, for example, it says don't be obscene, which could be a lot of different things, okay? This is a very subjective word. This could be something super innocent to someone else and something horrible to somebody else. It's a very subjective thing. And I mentioned it briefly in the Spattins video, but Minecraft has some Mojang partnership program or Minecraft partnership program. I'm really not sure what it's called because I really can't find a lot of info on it. In the guidelines, it says if you want to do some branded event, just hit up the Mojang partnership proposal application form, and there's not like any info on how this system really works, or if there's some kind of rev split, or if there's an approval process. There's nothing. There's no info on it. I really wish I could talk about it more because it might just be like a terrible thing. But like, they don't give you any info, which honestly makes me feel like it's not a good thing. Usually when a company has a good thing going, they kind of talk about it a lot. Like, you think Nintendo is gonna be like, hey guys, come join our partnership program. We'll give you 40% of what we make on your content. Don't quote me on that percentage, but I remember the Nintendo MCN split percentage was awful, okay? It was really bad. But if a company has a good thing going for the people they're working with, usually they plug it a lot and they talk about it a lot. And the fact that there's only one paragraph in this entire guidelines talking about it makes me think that it's bad, okay? That's what it makes me think. They also have a handcrafted product section that talks about using their IP for like products. And honestly, I don't really have a huge issue with this. They say you can't make more than 5,000 in a calendar year of the sale of the product if it uses their IP, which I really don't have an issue with because it's their IP. You shouldn't be allowed to use it to begin with. This is like literally just like a freebie, okay? This is like something they're just giving you. Yeah, they could just ignore it and act like it doesn't exist. It's also an option. I think most people would prefer that option, but they acknowledged it and said, yeah, you can make money on it, just don't make it over this amount. So I don't think that's the worst thing in the world because at the end of the day, it is their IP. They are fully within their rights to not let you sell it at all. So this is kind of like a nice thing. This is a freebie. So yeah, I don't have an issue with this at all. But these guidelines are overall not great. I'm really not a huge fan. I really hope more companies don't do this because it is really cringe. Like, it's just extreme. Like, why are you trying to protect your brand this much, dude? Minecraft's a huge thing. No one's gonna associate some random server with Minecraft. It's not gonna happen. It reminds me of when the YouTube advertisers pull out because Coca-Cola had their ad next to like a not great video or on a not great video, and they were like, oh my god, what if they associate our brand with this not good thing? And it's like, no one actually thinks of it that way. You guys are old and stupid. Like, when do you watch an ad on YouTube and you're like, oh man, this ad really reflects the content I'm watching? Oh my god, Coca-Cola thinks the moon landing was fake? Like, who does that? No one does that. Like, and if they do, they had a lobotomy. Their opinions don't matter anyways. They can't type. You think a guy with a lobotomy can type? No, he had a lobotomy. He's brain dead. But that was my ramble on the Minecraft guideline update. I think it's bad overall. I'm not a huge fan. Some of it makes sense. A lot of it doesn't. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Like and subscribe if you follow me on Twitter, @fans1. Click on Twitch, check out more of my content, and have a good one.